On top of normalizing their maintenance spend and giving them a predictable maintenance spend, this ability to reduce risk is just huge, right? And you think about the intangible benefits of that. I mean, think about the PR that you would get nowadays. A pole falls down on a car, or God forbid, kills somebody, which does happen. I mean, you're talking millions of dollars in just litigation, and you're talking untold sums of dollars in PR hit.
Absolutely.
And certainly you hear a little bit of, well, I don't need a program. Well, when all of your competitors have a program, at some point from just a risk management perspective, a lawyer loves to eat that kind of stuff up. I mean, you can go to all these other clients of ours and say, they have a program, and they have a program, and they have a program, they have a program. Well, you don't, and you got pole falls over and hurts somebody. You're getting into negligence, just because you want to bury your head in the sand and think you don't have an issue when you do. I mean, we have a client of ours that before we start working with them, they were having a pole a day falling down? Pole a day.
Pole a day fall down.
I mean, just think about that conceptually. A pole a day falling down in their system. That's high risk. That's high risk stuff.
It's super high risk. And the meeting that we had, the individual we spoke with was aware of the situation, right? And wanted to do something about it 10 years ago, right? And has really waited for someone to come in and help him tell this story. And it's been really beneficial for us, because a pole a day is a lot, right? And you think about, always my kids are young, and every time I see a light that's not working, they say, "Daddy, you got to go fix that light pole. It's broken," right? And it's a funny, but it's almost the same mentality with our clients, right? It's my 7-year-old says the light isn't working, that pole is broken. Well, that's kind of where it starts and stops in the retail space, right? And it makes me laugh. But at the end of the day, that's the outlook, and that's been the outlook since the brick and mortar boom. So it's been really exciting to be involved in this new wave of what we're doing.
Absolutely, and we've seen with the clients we work with how it champions for these facility managers their cause internally, right? They can show this empirical data. It's not them just trying to report up to C-suite executives about this risk. They can show them. I mean, here was our risk before. Here is our risk after. Look how we've mitigated all that risk, and look how we can predict our spend, which any C-suite executive wants to understand. How can we predict our spend over the next 5 or 10 years? And the only way you can do that is with good data.
Absolutely.
And we haven't seen anyone in the lighting space have that data. Like you said, they're very good at LED is going to save you this many dollars in electricity, but they have no ability to build a model around what is your infrastructure, how long is it going to last, where you got to spend the money. And if you're not planning, you're going to have these big lumps in spend, right? And it's all going to be reactionary and cost you a lot more money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always tell people on the calls when I'm on these meetings, what you don't know will hurt you, right? It's the opposite of what we always get told, right? Kind of the age-old joke, but what you don't know will hurt you, and what you don't know and don't want to know will hurt you, right? And we run into that a lot, where we pitch a pilot program or something where we're going to be in the area. Let us go do 3 or 4 stores for you. And we run into these situations where it's like, we don't know if we're ready for that yet. And I'm like, it's no cost. There's no risk to you besides you having to be reactive to what we tell you, what the data tells you, right? And it's an interesting way of them approaching the program is, well, if you tell me something's wrong, I then have to do something about it, right? And you look at it going, well, you should do something about it, right? So it's the piece of, I shopped where I'm calling you because I shopped there, right? So it's really interesting on all fronts, right? You're getting told from either an unqualified vendor that everything's good, or you want to assume everything's good so you don't have to do anything about it, and you can spend that money elsewhere, right, to make the store look better, or the LEDs shine brighter. LEDs don't shine when they're laying on the ground when the pole fails, right?
That's right.
At the end of the day, it's catastrophic.
Oh, and you're ruining a brand new fixture too,
Absolutely.
Which we see quite often, right? The fixture is a year or two old, an LED fixture, and you get a 10 or 15-year-old pole that falls over, and you've just spent good money.
Absolutely.
Now you got to spend money again replacing the fixture.
And warranty doesn't cover a failed pole.
No,
I can assure
it doesn't. It doesn't. Certainly, it does not.